Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Glenn with GC Extreme, GCX Restoration, and Sea-Doo XP Riders. Today, going over some project skis. I picked these up from a buddy who had picked them up from a guy in the cities. There were 3 skis on a double trailer. There was a 2001 gold GTX with a 787 RFI. My buddy Ben kept that one, and he kept the double trailer. And I bought these 2 from him and threw them on my double trailer since I'm putting my other skis in storage. But we have a 1996 SPX. I have another one just like this that's up for sale. But I picked up this one along with that one, and I got 2 of them. And I have another 96 GTI. I love those GTIs. I've got 2 other holes. I got another one in the back here. So I got one there and one there, project skis. The one in the back there is going to get a fresh rebuilt engine. The other one sitting in the yard might get one in a few years. But yeah, so I'll have those up, that one up for sale as well. But this one will probably be up for sale sooner because it's got a good running engine. It's got some electrical issues. I'm going to have to replace the starter switch, and I've been monkeying around with starter solenoids because the starter solenoid that was in it was bad. Tried stealing the one from this one to put in that one. It was bad too. Now this SPX one, we believe the engine is locked up. It doesn't want to turn. I'll know more once I get the jet pump off. Maybe I'll get lucky. Cross your fingers and it's just the jet pump. But the PTO doesn't want to turn. I've had that before where it was just the pump. It needed a new pump. The pump was seized up. Maybe I'll get lucky and that'll be the same with this one. I do not know. I plan on pulling the jet pump off on this one tomorrow. So I'll do a video on that and hopefully we'll find out together. But for now, I knew the GTI ran, so my priority was to get it winterized. So assuming this one's locked up, it's on the back burner, but the GTI, I want to get winterized and make sure that's out of the way. I'll do a walk around on both the skis and I'll show you the ins and outs of them and what we're dealing with on these 2 projects. But yeah, I got both of these for $700. So I'm hoping I can get the GTI all gone through and get that listed up for a good chunk of money and make a good profit on that. So let's do a walk around and I'll show you what I'm dealing with. So on the SPX, we've got a lot of scratches on the hull from beaching, but none too deep. The rest of the hull looks pretty decent. We've got some nicks here and some cracking. Nothing too bad. There is our jet pump. We will be removing that later. We've got some cracking, some gel coat cracking right there. The seat is in good condition, so we don't have to worry about the seat. As you can see, I pulled the box, the gray box out and stole the starter solenoid, which goes right here, out of this one, hoping it would work, and it did not. But yeah, the PTO, it does not want to budge. So I'll be pulling the pump off and hopefully that'll free that up. Otherwise, the engine might be seized. Of course, like all these 717s, we've got some stud issues and bolt issues with the exhaust manifold. Gotta love dealing with that on these 717s. So SPX says, yeah, of course we need to replace the button pads. But graphics look pretty good, just like the other green SPX. So now we'll move on to the GTI. The GTI is in pretty good condition. I didn't see any big gouges or scratches other than here on the hood. People like to beat up these hoods. But yeah, she's got her normal marks and stuff, but she's in good shape. The hood latch is broken. That's broken, so I'll have to swap that out. And we got an issue with the choke cable. Maybe they lost the nut, I don't know. But I've got like I said, the starter switch here was bad, so I'm just using a replacement one here from an XP that works. This button pad won't fit into that, unfortunately, but it will start the machine. So that was our goal. Our seats on this, we've got some gouges, some little cuts here and there. Ignore the junk, but this seat's in good condition. No big tears. So that's a plus. Just on this corner of this front pad. So I got the starter solenoid in here. I don't have it bolted in because I wasn't sure if it was going to work. As you can see, I've been ripping out starter solenoids. I think this was the one that was in there. It looked good, but it didn't work. This looks like an aftermarket one. This one was the one that was in the SPX, and it is shot. This is one I pulled from another ski, and it was shot. So I had to pull one from a box in my storage unit, and luckily it worked. So we'll put the key on. The beeper don't work. We're not getting a beep. Put the gauge light up. And she starts up. She starts. I think I gotta choke it. Let me choke it. Okay. So she starts and runs, and again, we got a broken stud and more exhaust issues. So I want to get it winterized, and then I'll probably take the carbs off. I'm going to rebuild the carbs like I always do. Some idiot put in an inline gas filter right there, and we'll replace the oil lines and gas lines like we always do. And but my goal now is to get it winterized. I'll get the carbs off so I can rebuild them over the winter. And I'm going to probably pull the exhaust off so I can fix this manifold. So that's going to be a pain to do. Yep, so I'll have to split the pipe. No, this one doesn't split. But I'll probably have to, I don't know if I can get that pipe out in one piece, but otherwise I'll have to split it down there. Split it down there and get this off. Then pull that lower piece out so I can get to the bolts and get that exhaust manifold off so I can work on that. So yeah, fun. Gotta love those 717s for that. Of course, I don't know, I like to have these all cleaned. I like to remove all these and have them all clean on the GTIs, all the decals, but we'll see. I'll definitely pull up these HydroTurf or these stock mats and throw some HydroTurf down, at least in these 3 spots. So she's in good condition, and she's a runner, so that's a plus. I mean, basically I got this one for $500 and this one for $200. So a running ski for $500. It needs carb, probably a pump rebuild, oil lines, gas lines, starter switch and solenoid, and hopefully I can turn around and sell it for about $1,500 next year. So we'll get her cleaned up and looking nice. So there's the other one. This one's going to get a rebuilt engine put in. It's in a little rough shape too, but always with the hoods. Always with the hoods. Gotta love the hoods on these. So already got the stock mats off on this one, so got to rebuild the jet pump on that as well. So, and the other GTI is sitting right over there. So This one needs a front bumper. I've got a front bumper for it. I think it's inside the thing. This one's got hood damage too. Look at that. Always with the hoods. But my seats for this are in storage because this has been sitting out here for a year in the snow. So this one will eventually get a rebuilt engine too. So I need a new corner piece for that. And there, I do believe I got them. I put them. I parted out one that was damaged, so I stripped all the bumpers off of it, and I've got a replacement sponson for that too. So I think they're all in here. Yeah, I got my bumper stuff here. There's my. No, that's they're in here somewhere. But yeah, there's my sponson. Yeah, they're all in there, all different parts. So. And then I got to replace this. I've got a replacement one for those. These just pull out and they break out of there. But, and yep, I think I got one mirror for it. The other one's broke, so I'll have to get a replacement mirror for that one. I got 296 XP hulls here. That one's for sale. This one might be for sale. This one's in a little better condition, not much better, but. And a 95 XP hull if anyone's interested in that. Otherwise, it'll be on the list to get rebuilt, but I'm running low on 717 engines. I don't have the core. Some of the cores were bad. So, and then there is the shuttlecraft. Got all the decals stripped off, so I'm gonna get her cleaned up and we're ready for winter. So, but our goal now is I'm gonna winterize this thing, so I don't have to worry about that good engine freezing up and cracking. So typical mold and mildew. Yep, I'll pressure wash these and get these all cleaned up as well. So in the next video, you'll see them cleaned up a little bit. The GTI, since it's a runner, I'm going to stick it in storage. And once I know on this one, I'm assuming it's a bad engine, so it'll just sit out covered up. It'll be covered up over the winter. So I'll probably put the seat in storage, and I got crappy seats. I'll throw a crappy seat on it just to cover it up. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this quick walk around and preview of these two new projects that are on my list. If you want to follow them, I'll create a playlist and I'll do multiple videos on both of them as I go, especially on this one since it's a runner. I'll do a video on that one tomorrow and I'll get it, I don't know when I'll get it uploaded, but, and we'll find out if the engine is seized or if it's a jet pump. So, watch that video later. It'll be coming up probably a few days after I get this one posted. But I want to get this thing winterized. So I'm going to start on that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and check out the website for some of those exhaust plugs. I'm working on several different ones, so for storage. So, yep, these will look nice once they're cleaned up. So, see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Thank you for watching this video. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks.